So this story is a local one, but I thought it was very important we talk about it on the show. Rich, tell us the story.
Sure. So this is a local issue. As you may or may not know, this show is based in Washington, D.C. Richard and I are both residents of the district. And something that's happening locally, which has garnered a lot of media attention.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. I mean, it's a really important issue. Is what's going on right now in D.C. So right now, people are reporting that there is a greater amount of missing young Latino or Latina and African American children. So mostly girls, but there are also some boys that are missing. Richard says they're being abducted.
They are. What else is happening to them?
Well, the fact of the matter is, look, let's take the wide issue. So right now, people have become aware that there are a pretty good amount of missing teens that are African American and Latinx. Okay, so people are concerned about it. People are saying that there is a cover-up.
This is.
Okay, so the story, as it goes.
Get to the story.
Is there's been increased media attention about this. People are demanding answers. They're saying, what are you doing to look for these children? What's going on? Why is this only happening to minorities? And people are very concerned. Now, Richard, you can give your
So this, don't get me wrong, this story is nothing new. So folks who don't know, I was once involved with the Amara Legal Center. I was on their board of directors. And their organization that helps women who are involved in situations like this, sex trafficking. And some of these young girls, now I'm not saying all these girls they're being sex trafficked, but a lot of them are. And they're literally being robbed from playgrounds and robbed when they walk out their school buildings. And what pisses me off about this story is not that, because the argument that the mayor is making, the D.C. Mayor Bowser and the police is like, well, we have better reporting mechanisms. That's what we know about all these cases. But these are the same numbers. Here's my problem with it. No girl should go missing. When that white girl in Aruba went missing, what's her name? Natalie Holloway, the whole world stopped for this random white girl who went missing in Aruba. This is happening in the United States of America. In the heart of the country, in the nation's capital, black girls are supposed to come home from school and their parents don't know where they are. They're missing. And the police department's response in the district is, well, the best way to avoid the risk is to stay home. Not that we have every police officer looking for these girls, or not that we have the type of, or Greta Van Susteren, who I love, right, was like in Aruba looking under bushes to find Natalie Holloway. Right. All these girls are going missing, and our government's response, and we pay a lot of tax money in the District of Columbia, is, well, they should just keep your girls inside. They have to go to school. Their freedom should be curtailed because you have these madmen running around trying to sex traffic them. And that's what pisses me off. And in a town hall this week with WPGC, the local radio station here, the mayor was like, well, we're working on solutions. It's going to take time. And in my mind, I'm just like, so wait, did the development contract that passed for City Center take time? Like when they wanted to shut down the whole city for the inauguration, did that take time? They got it done pretty quickly to me. Why can't they find these girls? Why aren't there should be flyers everywhere. There should be Amber. I haven't gotten an Amber Alert, and these girls have gone missing.
I'm with you. Okay. So I agree with Richard and I disagree with Richard on it.
This is bull.
I agree that it's BS. So the fact of the matter is, in the district since 2014, the number of people who have gone missing has been basically exactly the same. So it's not like there's an additional conspiracy and there are more predators out there. The fact of the matter is people are becoming aware of it. And that's where I agree with Richard. I think the way that we're handling this is way too lax. I mean, the fact of the matter is...
I'm sorry, I get that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm sorry. If you're the mayor of the District of Columbia, and you go out there and you say, when you see all these stories, you see all this smoke, a crap ton of smoke, the room is full of smoke, we're suffocating, and you say, well, there's been no evidence to suggest an increase in missing people. That's not what the people want to hear. The people want to hear, I have every police officer out there looking to find your black and brown girls who went to school and did not come home, and we have no clue where the hell they went.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree, but I also disagree. The fact of the matter is you end up in a situation where people do actually want to hear from the mayor that this is.
I want a solution from the mayor.
I want both. But I think it's important to say at the beginning, this is not like out of the ordinary. It's not like we're having an uptick in the amount of young people that are missing. But the fact of the matter is, for the last 4 years or whatever, we haven't been doing. Why? I mean, I don't understand why.
Because the point I made at the top of this segment: if these were white girls, America, the whole world would stop.
I don't disagree with you on that.
Right? But this mayor, because these are black girls, can get away with a sentence like and she's a black mayor, that's fine, but she can get away with saying there's no evidence just to increase the missing person. I don't give a damn if it's one missing person or 30 missing people. You explain to these parents of any of these girls, DeWanna White, right? Morgan Richardson. They don't care. They want to figure out where the hell their daughter is, and the fact that their daughter was lost sometime between leaving school and coming home, and this mayor's only response is that there's no evidence, suggests to me that she doesn't have a plan, number one, to fix it, right? And number two, I don't even think she gives a damn.
I agree with you completely. My main point was that I don't think the statement in of itself was fine. It needs to be followed by a ton of action.
It shouldn't have been said.
Exist. Why? I mean, I think it's important information.
Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's increased or it doesn't matter if it hasn't. It does matter. It should.
If there were 0 last year and 14 this year, it's even crazier.
Well, no. The argument should be there should be 0. Period.
I agree, but that's the second part of the statement.
But she didn't make the second part of the statement,
which is where I agree with you.
Right.
I'm not arguing with you about that.
To be frank, if the numbers haven't increased, this number, which we're right now, we're at like 12 or 13. Mm-hmm. That's still a large number. That's a huge number. That's not a small number. So if it's been 13 since 2005 to now, that means there's been a whole bunch of city officials that need to answer some questions.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to be the person who's a victim blamer or anything like that. But when you do delve into the numbers, and there have been reports put out on this, across the country, teenagers, whether they're white, black, or Hispanic, historically, when they disappear, they're not abducted, and they're with friends. They're hiding from their parents.
We also know in this region in particular, right? In this region in particular, there are higher cases between the Baltimore, D.C. region of sex trafficking than any other place.
That is definitely true.
So we already know that we have people who are literally going to high schools and robbing these girls of their lives. Here's my problem with this. I feel as though Americans were more concerned about the girls who were taken by Boko Haram than they were about these girls.
That's 100% true.
And to me, these are American girls. Where is Donald Trump? Where is Barack Obama? Where is Muriel Bowser? Where are all these people who make? Where is Al Sharp? There should be a march to find out where these damn girls are. I mean, maybe I'm the only one that has this righteous indignation in me, but this is disgusting. This mayor should be disgusted by how she treated the town hall she did, right? Number one. The police department, utter failures. We could do better than this. These are people's families. They're young girls who've done nothing wrong. They're missing, and nobody's making a big deal about it. When the girl in Aruba went missing, when she went off drunk, and nobody knows what she did, the whole world stopped. The whole world. Lacey Peterson was the other one. She killed her daughter in the bushes, the whole world stopped. When they had the O.J. Simpson trial, the whole world stopped. There are 11 girls missing in the nation's capital, and nobody cares. None of the mayor cares. Nobody cares. We care at the Fowler Show. This is devastating.
No, I agree. And I don't think it would even cost much in terms of police resources. I mean, you can always make the argument that the police are too overworked and they don't have time to check up on this. But I mean, if you make it a priority, then there's resources. And for a good cop to investigate the leads on one of these girls would not take long. You talk to everyone that she talked to the last couple of days and you find out where she is. I mean, investigation-wise, it's not a stretch.
No, it's not, but they don't care. If they cared, they would go find them.
Sure. I mean, this wouldn't even be an issue.
And so this is why when people make this argument,
and then the ones they couldn't find,
right.
we would be really worried about, because you'd be like, does anyone actually know where this kid is?
Exactly. And we make this argument about saying Black Lives Matter. This is why we're saying it. These are why people are in the streets protesting. These are why young people, young African Americans, feel as though they've been failed by the system, because a mayor can go out there and make a comment like, no need to fear, District of Columbia residents. There's no evidence of an increase in missing people. Not that these 11 girls don't matter. Not that we're not going to, not that I'm employing every city resource to make sure that these Black lives come back alive, but no need to fear. The data says we're okay. We are not okay. These families are not okay. I'm not okay.